So for me, it's going to be exciting to be able to have my family there. So I don't think I'll have a hard time with the adjustment, but I'm sure that it's going to be an adjustment for sure. But I think if we, eat right, sleep right, we'll be okay.
Did you kind of watch, like, did you pay attention much to like how teams did, or did you have friends on other teams and you're like, well, how did that go? Like it's everybody was sort of doing it for the first time.
Mm-hmm. I think doing things for the first time, it's always going to be hard, and it's definitely going to be an adjustment that has to be made year in and year out. So I think it's just preparation.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Year two for you. What can you take from? Obviously, you had tons of experiences last year, but looking back on that, what's something that you could take from year one? Saying, okay, I need to up myself, whether it be leadership, something on the floor. What can you improve on from year one to year two?
I think from year one to year two, I definitely can improve on my leadership aspect, just the vocal standpoint, because I'm more of a lead by an example. So I think that's what I did my freshman year. But I think this year, just with the experience I had playing in a lot of games, having a lot of minutes, I think just that vocal aspect of, directing my team, just being that vocal aspect. And I think on the court, as far as just having the ball in my hands a little more this year, and yeah.
Well, is it difficult to kind of push yourself to become more of a vocal leader?
Yeah, I think it's always difficult to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but I think that's why I love Louisville so much, and the coaching staff, is because they're always willing. You can never be content with what you have, or freshman year was what it was, and now I'm in my sophomore year, so I have to continue to improve, continue to be better, because what happened last year happened. That's in the past, So this year all I have to do is continue to improve and get better.
Last year was kind of like week by week, the spotlight got a little bit bigger on you, and people knew you a little bit better. Mm-hmm. This year coming in, there's no secret. Everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
How do you approach year two when you know that spotlight's going to be on you like that?
I think that's what I focus on in the off season, is knowing that I'm not surprising anybody. They know who I am. They know my number. So I have to key in on my weaknesses, what I don't like to do, what I feel teams tried to stop me from doing last year. So I love a catch and shoot, but working off the dribble, working up, bringing the ball up the court. So just fine tuning those skills that I didn't have to use as much last year, because I caught people by surprise. But now that there's film out on me, people know my game. It's just fine tuning the things that I know my weaknesses and things that I know I don't like to do, and different coverages teams threw at me last year that I may have struggled with.
With a lot of newcomers, transfers, freshmen, how's that transition with the new roster going for you guys?
The transition with the new roster has been great. We got some transfers who are older, a lot of seniors and juniors, so being able to, get their leadership and their vocal aspects coming from their team, and the combination of, my experience and then their leadership, I think it's a great thing. Just being able to play with people who've had they've had a lot of game experience. So I think it's been very good. The transition has been great. We love being around each other, hanging out, and we're always competing on the court.
You're filling up your passport. Pretty cool. I mean, how cool is Germany this year after coming after Paris last year?
I mean, what a blessing and an opportunity that I have to play my first collegiate game in Paris, and then to follow up my sophomore year and then play in Germany. Like that's a blessing that not many people can say they have, and I've got to experience that. Like playing my first game in Paris and then going on a military base to playing in Germany, like it's beyond special. And being able to share that moment with my teammates and my coaches is something I will never forget.
Awesome. Thank you, Taj.